Sugar Ray Robinson is widely regarded as the greatest pound-for-pound fighter in boxing history. His legacy transcends generations and continues to inspire fighters today. But what made Robinson so special? Was it his unmatched speed, flawless technique, or devastating power? Yes, all these factors played a role, but it was also his tireless dedication to training, mastery of the craft, and unshakable determination that set him apart from the rest. Robinson could do it all. In this episode of How Champions Train, we will examine Sugar Ray Robinson's training regimen while looking at the men who helped shape his skills and incredible ring IQ, along with the rigorous routines he followed to fight sometimes 3 to 5 times a month. Most importantly, we will explore the mindset that fueled his dominance. The foundation of greatness. When they say Sugar Ray Robinson was the greatest fighter pound for pound, it means that if he were a heavyweight fighting the same style, he would still be the greatest. I have his fight films, and I've watched them closely. That man was a masterpiece. His timing, speed, reflexes, and rhythm were unparalleled. Everything about his boxing was beautiful. Robinson was the best fighter that ever stepped into the ring because he could punch effectively, and even when he had to back away, he could still knock you out. Early life and introduction to boxing. Before there was Sugar Ray Robinson, there was Walker Smith Jr. Born in Georgia, his family moved to Detroit, settling in Black Bottom, one of the city's poorest neighborhoods. It was here that a young Walker Smith would find the Brewster Recreation Center, which included a basketball court, swimming pool, and, of course, a boxing ring. The Brewster Gym was a hub for rising talent, none larger than the young Joe Louis, also known as Joseph Barrow. Louis lived just a few blocks away, and Walker would follow him around, carrying his bag and watching him train. Returning to the ring. It wasn't until he heard about bootleg boxing matches disguised as amateur fights that he found himself back in the gym. This journey led him to the basement of an old church in Harlem, home to the Salem Crescent Athletic Club, where he met his first trainer and eventual manager, George Gainford. Initially, Gainford didn't see much potential in Walker, as his mother was hesitant to let him compete, allowing only training as a way to keep him off the streets. Nevertheless, Walker persisted, tagging along when Gainford took his fighters to other clubs. One day, while visiting another club, Walker overheard the trainer looking for a flyweight to fill a spot. Determined to finally fight, he stepped up and declared, "I'm a flyweight." However, there was a catch: fighters needed an amateur athletic union card to compete. Gainford handed over one belonging to Ray Robinson. That night, Walker Smith Jr.'s life changed forever. He not only won the fight but also kick-started a meteoric rise through the amateur circuit. The birth of Sugar Ray Robinson. After winning one of his amateur fights by knockout, a reporter remarked that he had a sweet fighter. A lady ringside added, "He's sweet as sugar." From that moment on, he would be known as Sugar Ray Robinson. His amateur career was extraordinary, winning the New York Golden Gloves 2 years in a row and reportedly finishing with an amateur record of 85-0, with 69 knockouts, 40 of which came in the first round. During these formative years, Robinson built a reputation as a prestigious talent. He sometimes trained at a gym where he surrounded himself with legendary fighters like Harry Willis, Kid Norfolk, and Panama Joe Gans. For Robinson, every session was an opportunity to listen and learn. He famously stated, "This is where I went to college," due to the wealth of information he absorbed about the sweet science. Willis taught Robinson the importance of balance, instructing him to train in front of a full-body mirror to emphasize that balance is a fighter's most important asset. Robinson later credited this lesson with transforming his game. "Slowly, my balance improved, and it saved me many times." Mastering the craft. In addition to balance, Robinson learned about punch placement and anatomy, aiming for targets beyond the obvious. "I learned to aim for the opponent's temple or for his heart," he explained. It sounds brutal, but boxing is a brutal business. Most spectators think the jaw is the primary target, but Robinson learned to look for the temple and the liver, knowing that a well-placed shot could be excruciatingly painful. Robinson was also influenced by lesser-known figures like Soldier Jones, a Canadian boxer who had famously knocked down Harry Greb. Jones drilled Robinson on the importance of the jab, saying, "Always remember that if you catch him with the left hand, you can hit him with the right." He emphasized the stance, stating that the left side is your offensive side and the right your defensive side. Robinson also learned how to cut off the ring from former Golden Gloves champion, SWIC Harvey. Harvey's advice was simple yet effective: if he circles to his right, you move to your left. If he circles to his left, you go right. Robinson absorbed these lessons, combining the knowledge he gained from each mentor to create a complete fighter. Training regimen. Before diving into the specifics of Sugar Ray Robinson's unique training methods, it's essential to examine his general training schedule and daily routine. His training frequency and intensity varied depending on his fight schedule, as he sometimes fought 3 to 5 times a month. However, when preparing for a significant fight, he often trained twice a day. In the morning, Robinson would wake up and run 2 to 5 miles, depending on where he was in his fight schedule. After breakfast and some rest, he would head to the boxing gym, usually between noon and 3 p.m. On sparring days, he would engage in shadowboxing and light technique training alongside sparring, followed by speed bag work. On non-sparring days, he would focus on heavy bag work, double-end bag drills, speed bag sessions, and calisthenics. Jump rope and heavy bag work. Jump rope was another critical component of Robinson's training. He was one of the best jumpers of his time, effortlessly performing tricks, double unders, and dancing with the rope. Ironically, he initially dismissed jumping rope as girly, but later recognized it as one of the best conditioning exercises for a boxer. Jumping rope developed rhythm, balance, and coordination, essential elements for Robinson's style. When it came to boxing training, Robinson preferred lighter heavy bags over massive stationary ones. The lighter bags forced him to react, shift his position, and practice timing with hooks and defensive footwork, mirroring the unpredictability of an opponent. Inspired by Joe Louis, Robinson treated the bag as he would his opponent. While heavier bags are useful for building power, Robinson believed incorporating movement was crucial since opponents are rarely stationary. The double-end bag was also a favorite of Robinson's. Its constant movement made it perfect for improving timing and precision. He often floated around it, using his signature gliding footwork and working in his jab. Robinson's timing was arguably the best ever seen in the ring, and the double-end bag played a significant role in refining that skill. Sparring and shadowboxing. On sparring days, shadowboxing served as Robinson's warm-up, allowing him to fine-tune his technique and rhythm before stepping into the ring. Watching him shadowbox was like witnessing a graceful dance, replicating real movements. This focus on shadowboxing ensured he perfected his fundamentals. Sparring sessions were carefully managed by his team, often involving dedicated partners to avoid unnecessary wear and tear. Robinson did not spar excessively since he was fighting frequently. The real preparation came in the ring for his bigger fights, with sparring usually occurring a week or two before a significant bout to sharpen his timing. Another aspect of his training was the use of bag gloves. When using any of the bags, he would wear smaller, lighter gloves, which allowed him to focus on precision and technique rather than relying solely on raw power. Robinson had exceptional power, but using gloves with minimal padding forced him to ensure correct punch placement and form. Rhythm and conditioning. Rhythm was the glue that tied Robinson's training together. Known for his love of music and dancing, he believed rhythm was fundamental to boxing. "Rhythm is everything in boxing," he said. "Every move you make starts with your heart, and that's in rhythm. If it's not, you're in trouble." He understood that if he could penetrate his opponent's rhythm, he could control the fight. Outside the gym. Outside the gym, Robinson stayed active with pursuits like tap dancing, golf, and rowing. Tap dancing contributed to his footwork and rhythm in the ring. Golf opinions vary, some argue it drains a boxer's legs, while others see it as active recovery. Robinson likely found it beneficial for focusing on weight transfer and coordination, aligning closely with throwing a perfect punch. Rowing became part of Robinson's training during his early pro days when he trained alongside Joe Louis. His trainer, Jack Blackburn, believed rowing was great for arm and shoulder development. Robinson enjoyed these outings, which became opportunities for valuable mentorship as Blackburn discussed boxing strategy and techniques during quiet moments on the lake. Diet and recovery. Robinson was notably strict with his diet throughout his career. His typical morning meal consisted of protein-based options like eggs or oatmeal. When training under Blackburn, he often ate fish he caught during their rowing trips. Dinner usually included steak, maintaining a habit from Blackburn's nutritional advice. One of the more unconventional methods Robinson adopted was drinking beef blood. While shocking, he believed it made him stronger. Nutritionally, beef blood provides essential proteins and minerals. Later in his career, Robinson's manager and trainer, George Gainford, placed him on a carnivore diet of raw eggs and meat to make him as fierce as a pit bull in the ring. As Robinson aged, he began to feel his energy wane, prompting his doctor to administer glucose and B12 shots during training camps to boost recovery. Despite the rigorous training and discipline, Robinson admitted to sneaking off for the occasional milkshake during training camp, a rare cheat meal that provided him a mental escape. He prioritized relaxation after grueling training sessions, enjoying music, playing pool, reading, and driving in his iconic pink Cadillac. The legacy of Sugar Ray Robinson. Sugar Ray Robinson's training methods combine traditional boxing principles with innovative elements like music and dance. This blend ensured that while his training evolved, it remained grounded in hard work and structure. His influence in the sport cannot be overstated. His style, skill, and preparation set a blueprint for greatness that fighters would follow for generations. Robinson's impact is particularly evident in Muhammad Ali, who idolized him and adopted elements of his slick, rhythmic style. Ali didn't just emulate Robinson's in-ring flair, he also sought advice from Robinson, further extending his legacy. Figures like Blackburn and Gainford passed down their wealth of boxing knowledge, creating a chain of influence that has stretched through the decades. Even today, Robinson's influence lives on in the footwork and rhythm of modern technicians and the relentless pursuit of mastery in the ring. Whether through discipline, preparation, skill, or sheer will, Sugar Ray Robinson set a standard for excellence that continues to inspire fighters. His legacy reminds us that while names change, the pursuit of perfection remains a constant in boxing, a timeless craft shaped by those who came before and carried forward by those who dare to dream of greatness. Conclusion. In summary, Sugar Ray Robinson is not just celebrated for his achievements inside the ring but also for his profound impact on the sport of boxing. His training regimen, dedication, and innovative approach to the sweet science laid the groundwork for future champions. Robinson's legacy is a testament to the power of hard work, resilience, and the pursuit of excellence, inspiring generations of fighters to strive for greatness. This has been a deep dive into the life and training of Sugar Ray Robinson, a true legend of boxing. I would love to hear your thoughts on Robinson's training and legacy. If you want more like this, check out our other episodes on how champions train. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.